Good evening. You're about to board StemCap Airlines, where you can bring everything except your brain. Rationale will be left behind so you can find certain enjoyments and different kinds of pleasures. But remember, there is only a 32% chance of you landing. See you on board.
Passenger 5150 is how they enlist me. No x-ray cameras, nobody frisked me. They assumed I wasn't that risky. Low security maintenance. All they asked me was I known for hijacking planes and ships. I said I did a couple of times last winter. The monitor looked surprised, but he still let me enter. With a couple of dollars and a Walkman in my JanSport. My ticket and immunization records for my passport. There's one thing I couldn't transport, my brain must remain. A cheap price for a long trip, only a fool would complain. The medulla and cerebellum, I gave them up willingly. All I was able to keep was a jar full of memories and past events. Through the red tunnel I went, gave my boarding pass to the stewardess and asked where do I sit.
Passenger 5150, 3 hours to your right. You're in luck, you have a window seat. Have a nice flight.
Roam the vessel when the voyage began. No destination time, cause when we land is when we land, and where we land is where we stand. Shit, I wasn't tripping. To be so inexpensive, this flight was so intensive. I found my way down the hall and then to my seat. As I buckled my body, I automatically felt heat coming from deep. Way down in my intestines, my locks felt silky and there was a glow in my complexion. And as I began thinking, this may be a little bit too much, the seat I was attached to became velvety to the touch. Then I began to blush and tingle, felt a sudden rush to mingle with the other passengers. There was only 4 today, a minor who just cut his dreads and 2 folks from LA, and me of course. Smiling with no force, teeth just a showing, and my enamel was glowing. And in a minute we was going to a distant land. Out the window I seen a rotation of the 2 jet fans. And as we began to exhale, the captain gave a little speech about the latitudes and longitudes and the different peaks we might reach. And if he could be of any service, like if things got fuzzy like a peach, he said, holler if you hear me and I'll fix things clearly. With the soothing of his voice, Kirby now felt protected. Since my brain was contraband, I couldn't think any unexpected, but it was there, and I became aware. As the altitude changed and the atmosphere got strange and the rearranged scenery brought out the beast in me easily. The panic button was pushed, running to the cockpit to escape this room of mush. But it seemed like forever cause everything slowed down. But then it sped up again. Fast forward, rewind. I clawed the walls like a schizophrenic feline. Apparently the stewardess failed to be preparing me for this acute nervousness. Far more dangerous than turbulence, synonym to murderous, and the hours just kept coming. Only thing in the cockpit was an automatic pilot. I was doomed like them fools who choose to soak in ultraviolet. Couldn't keep quiet, too much chaos, pain, and anguish. Went on a rampage, brainstorming in my own language. As I was drowning in commotion, I felt every emotion mixing in my body like some potion, ready for explosion. Intervals of senseless motion had everybody on the plane wishing that my mama believes in abortions. But so what, it's too late. 21 birthdays done passed and I cut too many cakes. And now I bake this mental souffle, looking at the stowaways who at the exit door about to throw away a parachute with my name on it. Communications relayed coded secret messages about my navigational flight patterns. Destination corrupt. The automatic pilot stood up and said, I don't wanna fly. It was the moment I feared. I opened my eyes, but it wasn't nobody near. And that's when I knew that it was really going down. Start placing bets on myself to where the body would be found. But the talk of the town was that I never left the ground. But I got jet lag now, so how the fuck that sound, you know? Passenger 5150 in this one, flying off the land. Ain't never left the ground. Never leave this world without your brain. Never trade anything for your intelligence, for your capacity to think. Do you drink? Man, I gotta get up out of here.
Passenger 5150, don't you want your luggage?
No, you can keep that shit.
Your Walkman.
I'm cool.
Passenger 5150.
Man, I'm through
Passenger
all this.
5150.
I'm getting
Passenger
out of here. I don't need this shit
5150.
no more.